everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and this week is episode 8 of season 8 of The Masked Singer. So we're going to break down everything we know. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. So yes, this week is going to be a lot of fun, especially because it is comedy night. That's right, as you know, every single week it's a brand new theme. Hall of Fame night was last week, before that was Muppets, and so on and so forth. And so now it is comedy night, which means we're going to have a comedian on the show. John Lovitz going to be on, and so is Drew Carey, aka The Llama. Now, I think he's going to be funny. I mean, you hope he's going to be funny, right? I mean, he's a comedian, so I'm assuming it's going to be a lot of fun. And we have 2 new masks. Remember that we're in the last group of 3 episodes for these characters, and what I mean by that is that if you remember the first 3 episodes, the winner of those went over to here, and that's the harp. The next 3, the winners of those went over here, which is also the lambs, and then whoever wins this series, which this is the second of the 3rd, will continue on to the semifinals with the lambs and the harp, which, by the way, I already did reveal videos for the harp, the lambs, and then this past Friday, we went down with all the clues and figured out who was under the mask of the bride. And so you can check out all of those reveals by clicking the links in the description below. But for this week, 2 new costumes, and that is Snowstorm, which it's still a snowflake. I'm sorry, it's a snowflake, just like the bride is Bridezilla. I mean, I see that, it's a bride, it's a Godzilla, it's a Bridezilla. I've watched that show, my wife and I love that show, so in my mind and in my heart, that is Bridezilla. And then the next one is probably one of the funnest costumes this season, and that is Avacodo. Avacodo! And the preview video, it makes this person that's inside this costume look really, really tiny. So while we really technically don't have any clues besides the x-ray ones they gave us, whoever this is, they're tiny. Like, they're probably my height, and I'm 5'3", so they're either 5'3" or shorter. But once again, we really won't know who it is until we get some kind of clues. But there is definitely something we need to discuss, and that is, who do I think is going to win this week? Well, to be honest with you, going into last week, I was like, all 3 of these people really can't sing. And now, granted, the bride, I guess, maybe can do a little bit of rock. I don't know. I really don't consider him a singer. So going into this week, I definitely don't think the bride is going to continue. I definitely don't think so. Then you have the snowflake and you have the avocado. I mean, at this point, I'm just basing it off a costume. I just like the costume better for the snowflake. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the snowflake will probably go head-to-head with the avocado in the, the battle off. And so I think that maybe the snowflake might win it for this week. But you let me know in the comment section. When it comes to clues, I said before, I really don't have anything to go through except for what we already know about the bride, which, remember, I revealed the bride, and according to the comments, everyone agrees. Like, there's maybe 1 or 2 people down there that are just like, no, it's this person. Like, someone said it was The Rock, and I was like, no, I mean, when I think of The Rock singing, I think of Moana. You're welcome. Like, I can hear that, like, but that's not in that voice. This person, whoever it is, doesn't sing normally. Well, I guess technically they do, but they don't. Anyway, this is what we had for the clues for the, where are we at? For the bride. So, dearly beloved, we're gathered here today for a Hall of Fame night that I vow to rock. I'm always telling feel-good stories, but let me explain how I ended up here alone at this junkyard wedding. I have a rugged personality, so true. I live on the road selling out arenas, also true. And I have an appetite for destroying things. So many clues right there point to this character and who this guy is. Like, seriously, that last sentence was like dead on. He said, so I'm notorious for being in some of the messiest feuds. Yeah. I've gone the solo route, but I've come here tonight to master a new commitment to you all Masked Singer freaks. So tonight, here comes the bride. Visual clues. It was some kind of globe with a crown. We saw a rose. We saw the rock and roll hand symbol. We saw pins that showed a snake. We saw musical notes. And then the extra clue was an action hero medal. So those are all the clues. We do have a little bit of pitch correct audio, but to be honest with you, it really wasn't good because he's tall like this, and when you're tall like this, it doesn't matter with the pitch correct because even if I pitch correct that, he's going to sound like that. You know, obviously doesn't have an accent. He obviously doesn't speak in a high-pitched voice. One of those things just like, he's putting that on to us, guys. He's trying to get us fooled. And it seems like every X amount of seasons, you get some of these celebrities who come on here and they're like, oh, we're going to fool them. We're totally going to fool them. And I have to say one thing, and I didn't say it in that reveal video on Friday. I totally should have, though. In that reveal video, my whole thing is... And maybe you caught this as well. This person who we all think it is. I mean, everyone knows and thinks who it is. Even in, like, other websites that have nothing to do with the show. This person had been guessed to be on this show before. And I think it was maybe 2019 that we all guessed this person was going to be on the show. And he wasn't on the show. And because he was on Dancing with the Stars... it was always, you know, it was going to happen one way or another. So it's kind of nice that he is finally on this show. So anyway, let's go ahead. Here's the pitch correct audio. I'm going to play a little bit of their audio and then our full audio. And when you're done, make sure you go check out the reveal video to see if you're right or if I'm right.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today for a Hall of Fame night that I vow to rock.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today for a Hall of Fame night that I vow to rock. I'm always telling feel-good stories, but let me explain how I ended up here, alone at this junkyard wedding. I have a rugged personality. I live on...
So there you guys go. That is the preview video for episode 8 of season 8 of The Masked Singer. Make sure you join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. Very important because it is the Masked Singer pre-show live stream for episode 8 of season 8 of The Masked Singer. I know, I like just to make it extra long because why not? And because I just am goofy. I'm goofy like that. But I want to thank you guys for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. And I just want to remind you guys, we don't have too many episodes left. You see, after this week, we have one more until we have the semifinals. There's 2 there. And after the semifinals, you have the finals. And then you have the finale. And then if there's a sing-along, there might be a sing-along. I have no idea. And there could be some kind of road to the finales. We may only have 5 to 6 episodes left. We're more than halfway done this season. And I can't believe it because we've been waiting for this season for so long. Oh my gosh. And the other thing I have to say is the fact that we still have 2 characters we haven't heard anything from yet. We're talking about Sir Bugaboo over here and Scarecrow. I still love that costume, and yet we have yet to see this costume because I like fall and I like Halloween, even though I've got a Christmas tree up, which my wife put up without even telling me. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. See you later. Bye.